Yeah.
Pick me a team.
This week on Dropping the Gloves, I thought I'd make it easy on myself and just film my fantasy football draft. So I don't care if you like it. It's something I enjoyed. So this is it. Say hi, everybody. There you go. Welcome to episode 7 or 8 of Dropping the Gloves with John Scott. We're doing a little recap of the big fantasy football draft that went down. I know it's not super exciting to talk about other people's fantasy football teams, but I stinking love it. So we're going to break it down. I'm just going to give you, little tidbits of what we did, little insight of what I was thinking, what everybody else was thinking, and try to make it interesting just so you know what's going on with my team this year. Maybe we'll do a mid-season update. I don't know. So my initial goals, ideas for this fantasy league, I've never done one in my hometown just because I've been playing. And I wanted to get something going here in town with my friends because I have a league with all the guys from the Sabres a while back. I had a league in Minnesota when I first went there. So I have these leagues with different players around the league, and I don't have anything here in town. So I wanted to get together and do, a league. 10 teams, 12 teams, make it super easy, standard scoring.
Is it pretty common that all NHL teams have their own fantasy football?
Oh, yeah. Fantasy's huge because you have a lot of downtime at the rink. So
how do you know who gets invited to the league?
They do signups. So they'll just ask everyone, they'll put it on the board, whiteboard or whatever in the locker room, who wants to play fantasy. And we'll do different, games. There's a Survivor fantasy thing. There's, fantasy football.
The show Survivor?
No, where you got to pick a winning team each week.
not like
and
Jeff
not the
gonna
show.
vote off.
And then you pretty much gamble on everything. Every big sporting event, they did fantasy baseball. We did fantasy football. We did any golf tournament. There was massive fantasy stuff on that. That was probably the most fun when there was a big major tournament. And all the guys would get into that. But for football specifically, you would usually have 2 guys on a team, and they would manage it. And that way, the whole team's involved. It'd be a 12-team league. And you get the trainers. If some guys, a lot of the Europeans didn't want to play just because they didn't know much about football. So you get 12 teams and you'd get together, have a draft like everybody else does, and it's super fun. It's a way to beat the monotony of going to the rink every day and just talking about the same random stuff and doing the same thing. So it just gives somebody to talk about. And that when the football season's on, it's probably 70% fantasy football talk in the hockey league. It's a heavy conversation.
It goes on through hockey season.
Oh my gosh.
It'll go through February.
It lines up perfectly with the hockey season because the hockey season is just gearing up right now, and so is football. And it's just, it lines up perfect. So I wanted to get something in town. I invited a bunch of my friends. We did the picks earlier. Boom, Danielle to me. Then I start the next round. 14 rounds, standard scoring. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex, 1 defense, 1 kicker, 6 bench. Let's have some fun, have some drinks. We're going to try to keep it moving, minute and a half per pick. The first 3 rounds should go pretty quick, so let's not dilly-dally. John, focus.
Just dilly-dally.
Don't let Maria distract you.
Where's mine? I'm so nervous right now.
I'm not. I'm very confident. So I toyed around with inviting a fan or 2 to be in the league just to kind of make it interesting and to kind of be interactive. And everyone wanted me to do it, but I didn't end up doing it in the end just because you never know.
You might get a weirdo.
You might get some weirdo who's just like super awkward and uncomfortable. And you could have hit the jackpot and have someone super cool and nice, normal. But I said, let's just,
You would get a stalker.
I would have gotten someone weird. I don't know. You never know. So it was... I just kiboshed it, and we went with this 10-team league. Couple friends, my wife, some of her friends, a couple of my buddies, and we did the draft. And we did it last week at my buddy's house, Ben Mayer. Was nice enough to have us over there. Ben Mayer Ceramics. Shout out to Ben.
Who is it? Depending on where you want to work.
Melvin Gordon.
Can't even understand.
That's Melvin Gordon. That's my man, Melvin Gordon. He's going to take us all the way.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I like that.
But the rest just...
Get him some business. But yeah, and we'll just go through our teams.
Let's do it.
Cut.
I want to talk more about. Did you guys ever do an NHL?
No, you're not allowed to.
Fantasy? You're not allowed to.
Not allowed to gamble.
Is it really
on hockey.
illegal? What if it's not gambling? What if it's just
no?
You draft yourself?
Never, ever. We've never done that. No one does it. I don't even watch hockey when I played. Like, there's 0 games that I watch when I was playing. It's like you.
Is that common?
Yeah. No. It's not common. A lot of guys watch a lot of the games. Like, I just didn't do it. I used to be a huge hockey fan. Now I'm not as big of a hockey fan. I tend to watch big games or teams I played on just to see how they're doing. But I played for, my whole life. It's like I need a break. So I'm sure in 10 years I'll go back to it, or if I get a job working for a team, or I'll have to watch it. So
yeah, you're gonna ask questions, and you're not gonna know any of the players. What do you think about this?
I did a thing for Sirius Radio for the playoffs last year, where I would call in and do like a 10, 15-minute spot about the playoffs, and I did not watch any games at all.
How they've been playing this season?
I would panic.
I have no clue.
I would like literally read 3 or 4 articles before the interviews, and then they would just ask me lob ball questions, and I'd be like, oh yeah, that play was great. And I would completely BS my way through. And it worked out well. I got free satellite radio for life. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah.
So what's going through their mind at this point in time before they make this shot?
Oh my gosh, I know. It was, I wouldn't do it again. I should be a little more prepared. That's why I have notes for this.
All right. Well, let's do the fantasy football thing. So what do you want to do? Just pull up your team?
Can people see my team on here?
Well, yeah, we'll record this.
Oh.
So that is recording.
This is cool. Okay, first, notice the name of the league. I'm very proud of this. So we live in Traverse City, and I was thinking of a clever team or league name, and literally idea fantasy football.
Just like that.
Some people got it.
That's deep.
Most people don't. I got it. So, okay, here's my team. And it was just a standard draft, snake draft. My daughter picked out the seedings. I was seated last.
I still think that was weighted. I think you put heavy pieces of paper.
I put heavy paper. Yeah, because I want the last pick.
Yeah, his wife got the first pick, and then John got the last pick. So
I got
they
the
had
last
the
pick.
2 picks back to back.
Number 1 pick goes to, let's see. Oh, it was not rigged. Danielle Scott. Gabriella, number 2. John Aikin. Number 3 pick, John Roush.
Who's John?
Number 4 pick, Caroline Mayer. Number 5 pick, Gabriella, goes to, let's see, BJ Brick. Number 6 pick, Gabriella, goes to, oh boy, I better get a pick soon. Tommy Corbett. Number 7, John Stillwell. What is going on, Gabriella? Pick Dad.
Okay.
All right, number 9 or number 8? I don't know. Number 8 goes to Betsy Corbett. Oh my goodness, Gabriella. The number 9 pick goes to, it's me or Big Ben. Number 9 pick goes to Ben Mayer. The number 10 pick goes to
A last one.
last but certainly not least, the future champion league, John Scott.
Never happened.
Thank you, Gabriella. Which in a 10-team league is not bad because you get 10-11. So you get 2 really good players back to back. So here's my team. I don't know if you can see this. I'm not tech savvy. My team name is Big John with the big hot dog because I love my hot dogs. So do you.
I do. Why?
Gross. All right. So my first pick, I had the 10th pick overall. I picked Leonard Fournette. Hate the pick. Hate the player. I kind of got forced into picking a running back because there was a run of running backs.
Oh, no. You felt pressure.
And I felt pressured. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to take him. My first 2 picks I don't like. So I went him and Delvin Cook back to back. And I went, both picks I hated them. Absolutely hated them. And I had to do it because I needed running backs because all the guys, previous 7 picks, I think 6 of them were running backs. So I had to do, or previous 9 picks, I think
Ben took a quarterback, I think.
there was some bad picks the first few picks.
Peterson! I love it! AP!
He's way down.
Oh man, you won't find him on your list, but he is playing this year. He is playing.
One of my friends took Aaron Rodgers, BJ Brick, and then Ben took Adrian Peterson with his first pick.
It's 2012.
I think. And then he took Tom Brady, and then he took Larry Fitzgerald. Those were his 3 first picks. Terrible. Terrible.
I think he was just going back through covers of Madden and picking the people that were on previous years.
He relapsed to 2012 or 2011. And that was the problem with this draft. I think half of the people, that was their first draft. And so it was just, it was okay. I think next year will be better. People will be more prepared. And it would have been better if we would have had a big table like this so everyone can sit at the table and not be distracted by their conversations. When I'm at a draft, I like to sit there, draft, talk shit. Everybody's focused on the draft. You're not doing other stuff. You're not worried. There's beer.
You were talking
handy.
a lot of shit, though.
That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
I like to talk smack and
Did you have any of Ben's wings?
chirp everyone's picks. Yeah, the wings are great. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You should have a draft. You draft for 5 rounds, no food. Have a break. Eat for 20 minutes, come back. You can't be distracted. Blue cheese, people were missing picks. It was just... Anyways. Just overall pick, announce it!
Le'Veon, what's his name? Bell.
Oh, whoa! There's only one. Oh, there's a bunch that are injured.
I know, so I was searching everybody.
The only one I could think of is a wide receiver from Jacksonville who's injured, but he's not good. I like that.
A lot of touches.
She said that.
He knows his points.
I like that, Johnny boy.
All right.
Oh, I like that pick, Tommy.
Tommy, who'd you pick? Julio.
I love him.
The orange one.
Coolest name in the league. BJ, another quarterback? You gotta get that back up early, you never know.
15 picks.
Don't underestimate the kicker position.
It's not.
Where's Fitzgerald? He's good. All right. There's some good.
Larry Fitzgerald?
Good, right? I like Larry's got a little gas in the tank.
Ben's draft would have been good 7 years ago.
I digress.
I love fantasy football. I love the draft. I love the whole just environment of it. And I think we could have done better. I think if we would have had a big, long table, and that's my fault. I should have coordinated it better. It was my league.
Come on, John.
It was my fantasy, and I didn't make it come to fruition.
Next year.
Next year, we should invite some fans.
Talk about your Mark Ingram pick.
Oh, very controversial pick because he is suspended for 4 weeks. So last year he was a stud and he did very well. So I was talking him up how he's going to get a 4-week suspension around, when did I pick him? Round 6 or 7. And so he was still on the board and I just started floating these little tidbits out because these people had never drafted before. And I was like, oh yeah, he's suspended 4 weeks. You might not want to draft him. And I just started that at the beginning of the round 7. So I had 10 picks before it got to him. And with people who don't know how to draft, literally, it just went down the rankings. Mm-hmm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. There was no deviating. It was just super structured. Like, oh, it's my pick. I'm the 23rd pick. Who's the 23rd best player? I'll pick.
I like how everyone was like, "Ooh, gutsy pick."
Yeah,
like,
it's
well,
like
I feel
no
good about
gutsy
it.
picks.
I feel real good about that pick.
I have a couple like Josh Gordon, Mark Ingram was gutsy. Terrell Pryor, I went off the board, and then Marlon Mack. No one really knew about him. You throw flyers out there. So, anyways, everyone passed on him because I was throwing him false information, and I got him in like round 7, which was huge because once he's back, he's gonna be good. He'll be a good addition because you never know. There's gonna be injuries. I already have a great running back core, even though I fucking hate them. They're gonna be good. So that was my
perfect
strategy on him.
No, it's good.
Should we check out your shit, team?
DeAndre Hopkins.
Who?
Houston wide receiver.
Hopkins.
Dalvin Cook? No. What does that mean?
DeAndre Hopkins.
Good Catholic boy, nice and
My team is better.
So we did, you know how they do the projections?
I changed mine to my kid named my team.
Oh, we got to work on that. Oh, that's nice. So John actually has the highest projection for all the teams because he's got
the best one.
You got a decent team, but
it's probably the best.
Again, John's a big Indy fan, so he took luck, and he's got a huge question mark on him coming back from an injury. But I have T.Y. Hilton, so I have your handicap there.
Yep.
And then, you got a solid team. I like your running backs. I like your wide. I don't like Golden Tate as much.
I tried to change the team name to Golden Taint, but my son came in the room at the same time, so I felt like I had to make an audible right there.
Yeah.
But that's
like,
okay.
Like,
maybe we'll change it
Does
back.
he know what a taint is?
He probably,
I hope not.
I don't think so. He's 7. I would
Kid's
hope
got to
not.
learn somehow. No.
I was going to Google a picture just for my team picture, but...
You could do something with Cobb.
Okay.
Bobbin for cobs or something. Nobbin on your... Or cobbin for apples.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll
I'm just
go
trying
there.
to...
What about
ideas.
DeAndre 3000? What about that?
That was my name for last year. DeAndre Hopkins. It was not a good... I was really bad last year, so let's... if you're an Outcast fan, it works for you.
You could be.
I'm a big Outcast fan.
I could change my team name to Big Boy, but I don't think anybody would get it.
But then it would... You could. If you had Big Robin Big... I don't know.
Okay,
This is not good
what's
podcast.
next?
So I'll just show you guys the worst team. If this is boring, you can go suck it because I think it's super interesting. I love this stuff. So this is my buddy Ben who I was talking about. Still hasn't even really done anything to his page. He doesn't care.
Marshawn Lynch? Okay, is that a bad move? That's a terrible move. Because he doesn't get touches.
Trade. It's like one redo, one mulligan.
No.
One mully?
I'll trade you.
Yeah, make a trade.
I want one mully.
You're up, man. Ben.
I'll do Mel. Ben, you're back up. You're up, bro. I'm back up.
He's already trying to make deals. Oh, this is his wife. Where's the other Ben?
That's...
they got 2 mayors. We got to get on him about that. So this is Big Ben's team. Look at the carnage of this awful team. Tom Brady, decent. Not a first-round pick. Adrian Peterson, not good. Larry Fitzgerald, no quarterback. Doug Baldwin, going to have a bad year. Juju Smith-Schuster was decent. I don't mind that pick. Legatron, awesome. Wish I had him on my team. And Melvin Gordon is going to be good. I think he was his first pick, actually, Melvin Gordon.
What is his projection? Is he legitimately projected to be the worst, or is that just your call?
No. When you go to the matchups here, where am I at? I'm flaking. I'll go to my team. Then you go here, matchups, previews. Preview it. There's my preview. So I'm projected to get 87.5. Not great, not bad. And then Ben's, look at him. Oh my gosh, this is going to be terrible. 80.
Oh.
So not good. And
He's
he's got all
those low, aren't they?
What's that?
Low.
No, we only have 10 players, 9 players.
Okay, yeah.
8 players. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we don't have tight ends.
No tight ends. There's no one uses tight ends in the league anymore. All right. What else should we talk about? How long have we been doing this?
No, we could probably wrap it up.
I want to talk about inputting my picks.
Fucking do it.
So the draft ended, and we had been eating and drinking, and it was fun. So we went home, and we did the draft old school where people went up and wrote their picks on the paper. So I had to go and input all the picks myself. And that's 150. Wait, let me do the math. 14 times 10. Carry the 2, multiply. It's 140 picks that I had to input.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go into this ESPN thing and I input every single pick. And then I look at everyone's teams and they have 2 extra people on their roster. And I forgot to edit the fucking roster. So they had a tight end slotted in another bench position. And I had to redo the whole thing. You couldn't just take those positions out of there. So this is midnight, right after the draft, 12:30 now.
Half past lit. You're
half in the bag, got a headache, want to go to bed, and I have to input this again. I could have waited till the morning, but I was already so upset. So I had to sit there and input all the stinking picks again. And it's not easy to write everyone's name in, every single player, and go through the list and find them and input them. But that's why I'm the commissioner, and I just make things happen. That's why it's my fantasy football league. So hope you enjoyed it. You probably didn't. I'm going to give you an update whether you like it or not because I think it's super cool. And if you want me to be in your league, or I was thinking about doing a Survivor League maybe and do it with a bunch of fans. We'll see. I think that'd be fun just because I love everything fantasy football.
Yeah.
So, peace. That was it.
Shirts off, girls.
It was a rough draft. It was not how I went, how I planned it, but, have a good team. Does everybody have a good team? Ben Mayer has a good team. Yeah, I'll give you an update. update in a couple weeks, let you know how it's going. Thanks for watching.